Marshy, some really sad news.
Yeah, devastating.
I think Joycey's defected to a third podcast. He couldn't last more than 4 weeks with me. He's missed one of them because he had the sniffles.
You
in
must have
quotation
said
marks.
something.
Is it the ginger hair?
I don't know. But yeah, he's getting a hot feed on these podcasts. Isn't he?
It's just, he's the journeyman, I reckon.
The what? Sorry?
The journeyman. He's the Tom Hickey.
Yeah,
That's
it. So onto greener pastures, perhaps, mayhaps. But we got a bit of a good trade. It was a good trade.
I think we have a very good trade.
Big trade.
We did some really, really good negotiations. And I'd like to welcome Mr. Aaron Gocs to the Sad Saintered Love Podcast.
Thanks, guys.
How are we doing?
Thought my career was over, but picked up as a recycled player, a recycled podcaster.
Was my goal the other week, like inspiration at the ripe old age of 36, just hitting my sporting peak? Did that just give you some inspiration?
Oh, mate. I wanted to run through a brick wall.
I'm surprised we all didn't just run on the field.
Yeah.
Kicking his 100th.
and mate, I tell you what, some of these songs in the old 29 hymn book.
Yeah, you like them?
Oh, mate. Beautiful stuff. And it's like right in that I love sports, I love music, pop culture. It's like all my interests meeting head on.
Yeah, well, 100%. And did you like, because the Isle 29 listeners got a bit of a rebrand through Noted Design. Laurie from Noted Design reached out and is like, I'll give you a bit of a zhuzh on your logo, and I'll also make your hymns a bit more economical to print. So now it's just one piece of paper instead of like my little Microsoft Office job of 10. So yeah.
Well, it's really got that church hymn book feel as well. It's that
100%.
that I don't know what to call it, but yeah, like
it's a hymn book.
Four pages.
That's why it's the saintly hymns. Because it's a proper hymn book. But when I gave it a bit of a plug on the socials, and I went with the those New South Wales tub thumping. Yeah. You know that tune?
What,
Nathan?
tub thumping?
Tub thumping?
Yeah.
You know that Gocsy. Gocsy's got a piece of that action.
Yeah. It was a Triple J like a version. Not me, another band.
Oh, I was say we on like a version, and you were.
Well, I got asked in as a guest, not me. But
we replaced a musician with another musician.
It was fake Gocsy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's not many comedians get to go on like a version, I reckon.
Yep.
You're always getting on the tunes, like the dad song, like Chuffed.
That is my favourite piece of art in Australian history.
It's a.
I didn't have to do much. I'm just standing there. You know when you talk about back.
For those who don't know, like it's Auntie Donna's Chuffed.
Yeah. They do a lot of stuff, but a few years ago they did an album, pretty cool for a comedy troupe, I guess, posse group. I don't know, whatever the name. But yeah, and they said, "You want to come and be in this clip?" And like, I love being a part of anything, but a little bit back, it was the theme was like midlife crisis dads, or I shouldn't say middle-aged dad.
Yeah.
Like, I've had a bit of a, I don't look after myself well, let's be honest, but I think I was early 30. It's pretty old now. I was like 33, 34.
You're in good shape.
Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah. Well, the local pub does ask for my ID. But then the lady's also, she's like, I've just got to do it, I'm like, you don't have to say that. You could just say it's because of my youthful looks. But she's like, I've got to do it. Anyway, shout out to that pub.
It's the Saints footy.
Yeah.
How are we feeling? So talk about the St Kilda Sports Club. I wasn't there.
Yeah, St Kilda.
It was tough, mate. It was tough. Yeah. But great. Oh, I'll let you go.
No. Yeah. Gocsy rolled down and a few of the Sainted Love crew to the St Kilda Sports Club, where Apollo, the main man down there, put on a good show for us. Gocsy was doing all the behind scenes action, but.
Well, we're right in, geographically speaking, we're right in the heart of St Kilda.
Yep.
Although...
You're right in the Nick Riewoldt.
This might be controversial, but I don't think it's controversial. But like, I think of, the southern suburbs as... So that's why... Are we able to say where it used to be? Bentley, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's still at Bentley, so we're in between.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Junction Oval and Marabba.
I wasn't sure if we
were
booted out or what. I try and stay out of gossip and politics, but I was just like... look, it's funny because it's awesome to be in the traditional heart of St Kilda. But at the same time, I do think of the southern suburbs as the heartland as well.
It's literally, we've got 2 flags placed. So, we're Sainted Love. We're all about, I guess, helping small businesses and, getting a bit of support back from them, like the Bentley Social, the RJ and the crew, massive down there. So we'll be there for the, we've split it up. Like the two bodies have negotiated. So we've got another 2 or 3 at the Bentley and then another 2 or so at the sports club. And so the Hawks game will be back at the Social. But
See, that's the thing is, I don't know if I can be until they fix their Palmer situation.
RJ said he'll get it sorted for you, mate. No worries.
Cool. I also won't be there because I'll actually be in Tasmania, but...
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. There you go. Because, Gocsy, this is a chips under the Palmer. That's a no-no in your books?
Oh, controversial. Yeah, you got chips on the side.
I thought you were about to break my heart.
Yeah, I don't know. I reckon it's a flex. If you put your chips under the Palmer, it's a flex because you're saying that my chips are that crunchy and that strong they could withstand any moisture.
That is a big
Palmer.
I don't know if there's any boots that are big enough.
You got to be. This is the thing about chips, though. You got to be quick. You got like a 15-minute time frame before they become a bit soggy.
Definitely.
15 to 20 minutes. Yeah.
Should we talk about the actual game? First of all, I need to. Can we give me a round of applause, please?
Yeah, you got a certainty.
I got my first ever Sad Santa certainty.
What was it again?
To keep it under 50 points.
Oh, yep.
We got there. That's only because Port Adelaide also only kicked about 9 goals.
Sorry, just to clarify, you're talking margin or
margin? Yeah. So
you can't be sure with Ross Lyon. I don't know if you meant total points scored or
no. So the certainty was that we would not lose by more than 50 points. So that was the certainty, and it happened. And I didn't bring any party hats, but I'm celebrating on the inside.
Yeah.
You did well. Yeah.
I did really well. I mean,
this is a low bar we're setting.
Look, the first 2 or 3 weeks just didn't hit.
You've been close though. I've been surprised because
the one goal in the first quarter that I said would kick 5.
Yeah. Well, that was
against Bulldogs.
That was the anomaly. But you had Darcy Wilson to get the rising star, and he got it the following week. So you're onto it.
That's the thing about certainties; they have to be on the dot.
Yeah.
I'm not giving myself. I feel like I'm not going to give myself a pat on the back just because I'm 1 week off. That's just not the standards I set at the South Sainted Football Club.
Okie doke. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you giving yourself a pat on the bum for the under 50 points?
Yes, absolutely. So don't worry, we're back. We're probably going to get to more extraordinary and extreme certainties in the future. But I feel like I needed a win. Like the club, I need a win.
You needed it.
Do you find those? Because I do those. I call them wuss bets. I do the wuss bets as well. I've done a lot of like I don't know if we should talk. Is it all right to talk about gambling?
Yeah, you can have a part.
They've got these bets that are like most people do cool bets like
exotic.
Yeah, but I'll do like that. Like we don't lose by 40 or 50 or because they've got those. They just don't pay much. It's like plus 49 or it's like so pathetic. But it's just like anyway.
So some people buy Tats Lotto tickets.
Yeah,
I buy a $5 multi a week. That's paying out like 10 grand.
Yeah.
Surely one day.
Yeah.
But,
I haven't actually won a single multi all year yet.
I've won one multi.
I haven't won one.
Life.
We do have this. I don't know what other countries are like, but we've got a strong multiculture in Australia.
We are multicultural. we are multicultural.
I didn't even mean to say it like that. I mean, a culture of being interested in multi-bets. But also...
We are a multicultural...
But people love that,
country.
like, one leg... And the companies must love that because it's just like free ads. They're like, because then people are like, he was one leg off. I should chuck a multi on it.
That's it.
But this is my theory for not doing multis, right? Because I can't get one legs.
Oh, that's it.
If I can't get head-to-heads right, like how am I going to go with 5 or 6 legs?
Are you good at tipping or nah?
Terrible. I just like whatever I pick, the team will do the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's your guts been this year, boys, in terms of how you feel the Saints are going to perform?
I started off this season really, really positive.
Yeah.
To previous, I don't think we're going to make finals this year. And that was my belief. But I thought we would have a game style that is going to set for the future. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I've got neither.
Yeah.
So we're not making finals, but we're also, our game plan at the moment is dead in the water.
Would you went to the Giants final, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, as a fan, your view can be a bit blurred. Wearing what is it? Fan glasses.
Yeah, the red, white, and black tinted.
Yeah. But I came out, this was my opinion. I was saying that Giants are pulling goals out of their bum, kicking them. And like, they played better, but I didn't feel like they blew us off the park.
Nah.
So I was like, we can work off that. So, yeah, it's been quite disappointing so far.
Yeah. Look, if we... we're putting in some of the shifts that we have been, like namely the Bulldogs game, because the rest have been okay.
Yeah,
but the Bulldogs game was a big whack between the eyes.
The two Docklands, the and Bombers is just because I know a lot of people, don't love Docklands, but we've been pretty.
I think Docklands is overhated.
Yeah,
I think
too.
great. It's not the MCG.
Yeah,
but honestly, Docklands is all right. I think genuinely it gets too much hate.
I'm just concerned that we've outgrown Marvel. Our game plan is,
thank God we don't have 9
the boys
games.
are clocking up the kilometres, so that's obviously...
Well, it's funny you say that because our home game at MCG is probably the best we've played.
Exactly. And like even Monica, like that's a massive ground. And, well, even though it wasn't a pretty game for most of it, we lost to the Giants by 1 point. So... Yeah, I wonder
if we could inquire with one of the MCG clubs if they'd do a swap.
Let's do a merge. Or not
Hey,
merge,
Demons.
Melbourne barely get 30K every week. Can we just do a... I know they're called the Melbourne Football Club, but we can
what
just...
I'd say to Demons? I'd say Docklands is almost closer to the CBD of Melbourne because MCG is really Jollymont, Richmond.
Oh, yeah. Docklands is Melbourne, basically.
Yeah. So you'd be coming to your spiritual...
and like Melbourne supporters don't show up to the footy. Like, because all the other clubs, like even Hawthorn don't, Richmond don't. But the big clubs, let's just say the big clubs.
Yeah.
That's the ID to get into the MCG nightclub is that you need to go, we've got 80,000 members. Let us in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we just...
And then Demons are grandfathered in.
Yeah, that's right. So I think the time has come for us to swap with the Ds because I think our average attendance would be, without looking at anything, not far off them, and they're good, and we aren't very good at the minute.
No.
So that's grounds enough. Send them there. Send them to the Docklands.
First things first is I want to give a special shout out to a good friend of mine, one of the Besties girls, Scar. She tweeted right before the game saying she wants to see Stocker in the midfield. And guess who was in the first centre bounce? Liam Stocker.
Was he in the first?
He was the very first.
Wow.
In the very first centre bounce.
It says a lot.
And I don't think I saw him in there after that, but he was in the first centre bounce.
But why?
And I didn't mind it.
But why?
I think he was tagging Horn Francis.
Okay.
But then just moved the magnets around and I didn't really see him in there again.
Interesting. I like Stocker.
But it's for the first time I've actually seen Ross move stuff around.
He got jiggy with it.
He did.
He got jiggy.
Hope Rowan's okay. That scared the living daylights out of me when I saw the vision of him in the rooms.
Yeah.
And he's just like limping around for the whole game.
Like, he won't be playing this week, I don't think.
Who's that?
Rowan.
Yeah. So it's Cambo time.
Cambo time.
Get out of the freezer, defrost him.
Campbell.
He's coming out for his yearly appearance.
Could you imagine? I'd love to see Tom Campbell out
He's
there.
like,
he's all right.
He's a nice guy, but he's that, like, what would you call it? The definition of like, like, we really don't want you to play. Like, that's not.
He's the best.
Not trying to sound nasty.
Break in case of emergency.
Yeah.
He's in the glass, and I think that's what has worried me for a long time since Paddy left, and it's pretty constant buzz around what's our plan B. Tom Campbell's our plan C.
Yeah. That's a nicer way to put it.
Who's kind of been pushed into a plan B situation.
That's it. And then like even Isaac Keeler, he's been moved into the back line at Sandy. So,
And then you have Jack Hayes who gets out of bed and hurts his calf.
Jack Hayes.
Like, speaking of fields, you want to see Cambo at Trevor Barker Beach Oval more than...
He just dominates.
Yeah.
He's getting a stand.
You want to be beside...
He's getting a stand.
He's going to get a stand. He's going to be next to the Nick Sautner, and he's going to have the Tom Campbell, like at least the players bench, like Tom Campbell bench.
We were very lucky to only be down. Oh, no, we're actually leading a quarter time, weren't we?
Well, speaking
we're up.
Speaking of the Zebs, Too strong for the Bull Ants.
Too strong for the Bull Ants.
I love that matchup. The
Can we play them every week?
Zebra versus Bull Ant.
We squashed them and we didn't even get stung.
One of my favourite sports emblems, the Bull Ant.
It's really strong, and I feel like that really embodies them as a club where they are at the moment. They just little fellas out there
I wonder if
having
the
a crack.
Tasmanian basketball team was inspired by
The Jack Jumpers.
Weekend
Yeah.
jumpers, yeah.
There's an ant up in Melbourne that's playing. Bull Ant.
I had no idea what a jack jumper was until I went to the Hobart
Wait,
Museum.
it's an actual thing?
Yeah, it's like a little insect.
Apparently
Oh,
it's,
I just thought it was a really stupid name.
Nah,
well, that too, but apparently it's an ant.
Kind of Jack Jumpers.
it's a native Tasmanian ant.
Yeah,
Or
because I won't say it. Should I say it?
yeah, say
Yeah,
it.
go.
They didn't want to register two heads as a name. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I love you,
It's
Tasmanian.
legit a ant with two heads, yeah?
Do you have any shows? Do you have any upcoming shows in Tasmania?
Not for a while.
Yeah, not far after that.
Yeah, it could be a while if they hear that. This isn't broadcasted. They don't have internet yet, do they? No. I love you, Tasmania. Hey,
Tassie's all right.
yeah.
Tassie's a good spot.
You know how that's one thing I've been thankful the last couple of seasons. We went away from Cairns, Shanghai, Wellington. You know,
I feel like we need to redeem ourselves in China. I feel like we didn't.
Jeez, that was a bizarre one.
Yeah.
That was bizarre. Like New Zealand, I got.
Well, we were
I
just
don't recall the New Zealand game, but I was only just
I
coming
went
out
to
of
the first one,
we were just so bad at those games, and then
and we played good teams. Like we played, was it Sydney first up? And when they were good?
the teams who pick and stick with a place, we would just go to a place for 2 years.
yeah,
was Wellington and
just
all-
like Joycey on his podcast.
Yeah.
But like, you know, we're at Tassie for a fair while.
Yeah.
And then, New
Someone-
Zealand, like, nah.
You know, how
don't
people do
like
these
it.
like rankings, like Dacos's first 50. Someone should rank the Saints. What would you call them? Away straight-
International.
The games they sold.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just international.
It's
because
also
it was
Cairns. Yeah.
Was it any? Was it?
Have we played in Alice Springs? I feel like we probably have.
I think Mackay.
I reckon we could just call them.
Yeah, we had Suns in Mackay. Remember when we had about 5 games in a row versus Suns that come down to the last kick or whatever?
I missed those games. Those were good because you just, especially about the 4th or 5th game, you just knew it was going to be close, but we're going to win.
Yeah.
Like,
I was just glad
they were
that-
never quite good enough to beat us.
Definitely. I was just glad that Richmond were the first team to get rolled by the Suns because I just felt like Saints we were sniffing to be getting, that record, I thought. And then after they beat Richmond, then like the next year they became really good actually.
Yeah.
And they gave us a whooping.
You know, it's like, obviously, it's a pretty tough life being a Saints fan. Let's not beat around the bush, but you take your little, I don't know if you have your own little things you set. Like you might have one club you really want to beat more than others. But I remember when the expansion teams came in and I really didn't want to lose to them for a lot. And I think we took,
We held the fort well.
yeah.
for
and
a
then
while.
then the dam burst a bit.
It did.
But at the start, I think we held off. Yeah.
I feel like we were one of the earlier teams to get beaten by Giants as well. They just came pretty good all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's right.
And even when the Suns were still quite ordinary, they beat up on us.
Gary Ablett, I have 9 days of him.
And I like the Suns are a bit of a recruiting ground for us. Maverick.
Hickey. Oh, Maverick.
Maverick Weller. Who have we got? Is Still the only one we've got
Steele.
from Giants?
Steely, yeah, he's the only one from the Giants.
Oh, Bruce.
We had Bruce from the
yeah,
Giants.
Oh, forget it. Don't get me started, Mr. Jumper Tug. There's so much we don't want to talk about the last 3 games, especially last game.
that's
We're
right.
just,
You know,
we're talking about the China game.
Listeners, if you want to hear about what happened in the game or just opinions
The
on it,
wounds are
listen
still-
to the girls. Listen to the red, white, and black chat.
Well, the wounds
That's
are still
gonna be
fresh. That's the problem. I want to talk about wounds that are.
That's it, yeah. The wounds that have healed over. We want to show off some scars.
Yeah.
We don't want to take off the
Plus,
bandages.
nostalgia's huge. These, like we got the Pure Milk jacket here.
Yep.
Mine's an AFL jacket.
Yeah,
And who doesn't like nostalgia?
love it. Love it.
It's not this.
I mean, being 15, my nostalgia is 2020. So,
I was going to say, well, if you're 15, you would have been around for 2016 Maverick Weller. I'm interested, just really quick
vaguely.
take on you boys. When you saw Maverick doing Maverick things in 2016, remember that run down? Like
I thought
ran
he was the future captain.
Yeah, yeah. I
But a lot of I know what you're talking about, but like They can be bittersweet, those like magical memories that do.
But like, it's just
yeah.
Do you remember just before Tigers started on their run, we had this awesome game versus them.
Oh yeah, 2017.
Yeah.
of course. Oh, that lives in folklore.
I think that's like the best we've played in like
2010.
Yeah.
Since 2010.
in a single game. Yeah.
We basically got a trophy that night, I think.
Oh, yeah,
I'm surprised
absolutely.
we didn't release like a single.
Well, I
just
think
a
Richmond had to
DVD,
give one of
special
the
set,
edition.
yeah.
box set.
Richmond have to give one of their
winning
premierships to us.
Yeah, streak of one. Oh dear. Yeah, Saints footy on the weekends. It was a bit.
It was just awful. The skills were just, but like it wasn't just us. It was also poor. They were just everyone. It wasn't like it was wet. Like, it was just fumbly. It was just awful to watch.
We just didn't have the manpower. I think that was for me watching it. It was like an arm wrestle against a bigger, stronger guy. You sort of like hold the fort for a little bit, but you just know that even if you like manage to like sneak an inch, you know it's just coming down. It's just
not
coming
once in that
down.
game did I
It's just-
think we were going to win. Even when we were 2 or 3 goals up, I was like, we're just not going to win this game.
It didn't look like it, and even when they were losing or it was a close game, Port just looked in control, and so they should be. They are a much more seasoned team than what we had put out, even though they did lose a few players. But what I was trying to get at earlier was I'd be disappointed if we were turning out efforts sort of like the Doggies game and patches of all the other games.
Yeah.
If we had our Mason Woods, Kings, Henrys, Crouch, Dow, Webster, you know, there's a whole bunch out there that
But they're actual all best 22. That's
They
what's
are.
annoying. Is like it hasn't
are.
been like 2 or 3 best 22s and like 3 or 4 reserves.
Hunter Clark,
All
like,
of them
you know,
are best 20.
Mason Wood.
Yeah.
That's you take 8 of a starting 22 out of any team, and I'd like to see them do much better than us.
Yeah. Well, be a good couple of weeks coming up.
Mate, reinforcements have arrived.
Now I don't know if you've listened to any of the podcasts, but I have my own official award. It's very prestigious. What's his name? Andrew Dillon. He's contacted me. We're getting it officially made. So it's called the Saddle.
I'm a part of the Saddle Club.
He won number 2
yeah. For my snag.
this week. You probably wouldn't have caught it on the broadcast because it was like halftime, I think. Probably all getting beers and food, whatever.
Yeah.
But for the listeners at home who were on their couch, eyes glued to the screen because it was such a wonderful match to watch, you would have noticed that Mark Rashudo was a bit giddy, we shall say. I'm not accusing him of anything.
Okay.
But I think he might have had a couple of drinks.
The Hoover.
He was a bumbling idiot, and it was great to watch because the only way he could get through that game was to get drunk.
So was he commentating?
No, he was like the special comments.
So he's on
and
the fence.
nothing he said at halftime was coherent. Like
Really?
nothing he said was coherent.
Sort of going into
And
Dermy, Brereton areas there.
no, but like he's just wacky. Like Rashudo's usually pretty like stable.
Yeah.
But he was just not making any sense, and it just made me giggle. And I wasn't the only one. I saw it on Twitter. Like a lot of people were asking, was Rashudo drunk?
Yeah. Okay.
was really
So it was noted.
Yeah, it was noted, and it just gave me a giggle because there was nothing else to laugh about in that game. So
I don't really like Rashudo.
You don't like him?
No.
No.
97.
90s. Yeah. See, I genuinely was
Speaking
not.
of wounds that are
I
still
genuinely was not born then, so I can't relate.
Yeah. Yeah, lucky you.
I hear all the time about what was it, Jarman? Yeah.
It would have been the equivalent of your 2009.
See, now you've got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it would have felt like because
I feel like, I know it's probably a cop out, but I feel like we were always beaten by like just insane. Like that's like they were like a state of origin South Australia team. Then 09's like Geelong, one of the best teams ever.
yeah. And
Magpie.
Collingwood were good. Yeah.
Good team, yeah.
Yeah, we can't just have an easy run where like Porter just beating up on so that rubs it in. Like 2004, that was our chance to play a grand final against an inferior team. If we had a beaten Port, we just would have Port went on to beat Brizzy by 100 in a grand final thereabouts. That could have been us. We could have won by at least 3 goals.
Yeah.
Smashed them. That's okay.
Okay. On a serious note,
Yep.
I am sick of the Geelong Football Club.
Oh, piss
Can
off.
they just Stop.
Just stop
I
it.
blame getting rid of smorgies. There's nothing to do in Geelong now. Just play
So
footy.
hang on. So you've gone to Tasmania. You've been now having to go at Geelong.
Yeah. I just won't be welcome anywhere in Australia.
There's no smorgies. Why would you want to go?
I'm just like, you know what's annoying is half of them probably didn't realize they won the flag in 22 because they're so blasé about, so we just made another prelim. Just, won another flag. It's...
They've become the Melbourne Storm. They've just been up there for so long, and they've just got a consistent...
Yeah.
They're just a football factory, and the fact that they can actually lure players... Because I'd love to understand like the psyche of being like a small town club where everyone's just like, all right, guys, we all love our footy, we love our cats, but we need to really respect the boundaries here. When players like Jeremy Camerons of the world come down, we're letting him get a coffee. We're not going up and asking him for a photo. We're not going to say, oh, calm the cats. We're going to keep that to ourselves and save it for when we get down to Cardinia. And they do it well because, players don't get bothered there. And I thought that they would, but...
It is quite funny, the whole... When they talk about the country culture, and it's like... It's an hour down the road. And then... I shouldn't make fun of him. He's a bit of a club legend, but Jackie Stevens... I need to go home.
It's like...
It's a kilometre
down the highway.
It's an hour down the road, mate.
You can catch a bus if you want. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, go home factor from Moorabbin to Lawn or whatever. Yeah. They need to bugger off.
No, honestly, like I watch them and I'm just jealous.
Yeah,
like it's not even.
That's all
I don't
it
even
is.
hate them. It's just pure like I roll my eyes
Because they dead set have not relaxed since.
They had one down year
Since circa 2003.
Even the Selwood thing is like...
2004, sorry.
He's putting his body on the line. Like, he's going to be a vegetable probably when he's 50. It's a bit controversial. But
Yeah, well, the head's... But he never really got concussed, did he?
I know Farron Ray took him out once. And he started bleeding from the
But
mouth.
isn't that like... most of us aren't sort of neurosurgeons, but I don't think the head's good for it to get hit.
No.
No.
But he never got hit in the head. He just rolled the shoulders.
I don't know. Yeah.
There
would have been some hits.
For sure. Yeah. Well, he went in hard. He was I don't know. Bugger Geelong. Yeah, come on. I was already sad about Saints footy. Let's just not talk about Geelong.
Did you guys watch the Freo Bulldogs game?
I saw bits.
Patches,
Nat 5 came back to life. He's risen from the dead.
Yep.
It reminds me... Sorry. On the St Kilda list, he wears number 10. If Machito Owens doesn't become Nat 5, I'm going to be disappointed. They are so similar in every way, just the way they move. I was watching Nat 5 just, torch up Bulldogs, and it is Machito Owens.
Yeah. Machito was good.
He was good.
Maybe he needs to go by Mitt. Like Nat is a...
What?
That's a bit obscure. It's like... Because he's Nathan, isn't he? There's not many people go by Nat.
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
So I'll just
It's usually, and that's
I was saying if Machito went by MIT.
Nat. Yeah, no, I get you, yeah.
because it's usually like Nate. So Nat's usually for like
I think it's
Natalie.
a bit more...
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon it's more feminine.
I think you got to be a bit African American to be a Nate, Like,
Nate, no.
I get Nat when I'm in trouble with my mum.
And Nat. And Nate when she...
Oh, no, actually, not in trouble. She uses my full name, but it's more like disappointment.
Do you ever get Nate?
No. I get
Nath?
I get Nath.
Nath?
Yeah.
It's interesting he chose Nat, but
Oh, I didn't.
when you can play like that
Nat,
and look
talking
like
about
that, you
5
can do what you want.
Nick Natanui did it too.
But that's because he has the coolest name in the world.
Yeah.
always
He's
think-
like, Nicholas Natanui just does
Nicholas.
it wrong.
That's actually, I've never thought about that. Nicholas Natanui.
That's a mouthful.
It's like being an online troll is like one of the lamest things, but I always just think it's so funny that they pick on Nat 5. It's like double Brownlow medalist, made millions.
Chisel, like that photo of him when he won the Brownlow.
He's
He's just like sunbaking.
He's literally like a Fabio, and then they're like, Natalie, like got him. Like, I
From
just
their mother's basement, just like.
there was like something from him the other night, just like staunch as.
Yeah.
And I just, as a joke, commented just like, what a hunk, And then someone commented back to me and goes, is that a woman?
Oh, God.
It's like, got him, mate. Like, on your Des from Bayswater, really good.
Like they're really, cut from the same cloth as like those, what do they call them? The involuntary...
Incel.
Incels, yeah.
But the funniest is just someone who's kicking ass at life, but then the comments section will try and like, who? Like, you know, some performers traveling the world playing at stadiums.
Yeah, people have to hate.
And Barry. I don't know why I always go Bayswater. It's just
Bayswater, yeah.
it's just a nice little out in the burbs.
There's not even a bay. That's what annoys me about that place.
Barry from Daniel. I'm like, who? Like, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, if you're listening, Nat, keep doing what you do.
I'm sure he is. Sorry.
He was.
So that's exciting because the fact that he has just come out and had his best game since he's won a Brownlow, he's out of contract this year.
Don't.
Ross Lyon,
Big Fish.
They're big fans. I reckon that's how Big Fish, how War Chest is going to get.
Because I'm not recovering.
We got a few empty rooms at the retirement home because Dan Hanbury's gone.
I was going to say he's probably at the stage like Hanbury was.
Yeah, that's it.
We're not talking about War Chest. I'm still recovering from Max Holmes starting. He was my boy.
Yeah,
and he betrayed
you were
me.
big on Max Holmes.
I was really big, and he betrayed me. And I don't think I can. Again, another reason to hate Geelong.
Yeah,
right. Pretty sure he's from the southeast as well, and you know.
Remember, it was that period where we'd always be linked to it was just the managers trying to pump up their value. But did you think any of them would?
We were close to Gocsy.
Yeah, I genuinely think we were.
Was the one that
I think Hollywood came extremely late to the party.
Shield maybe. No.
I think it was
Shield was close.
No, Shield was close, but he chose Carlton because
I'm so glad.
He chose Essendon. Carlton had fallen, got him on a private jet. Do you know about this?
No.
We should have got Warney or Eric Banner.
Yeah, and we took him out to a very fancy restaurant and everything. And then I think Essendon genuinely just took him to Windy Hill.
We took him to DFO at Moorabbin.
That's it. Here's a voucher, mate.
You know what's in Moorabbin now? Drive-through banh mi. That's where you got to take.
Really?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the road. I think it's South Road and one of the ones that go the other way.
Okay. Because
towards Dingley and that.
Yeah, all right. Oh, yeah. So because I work in Moorabbin, and Moorabbin's the future because they've got the first robot restaurant.
Wow.
They've got a robot restaurant there that's got 5 different things. It's a collab of all these
the robots cook the food.
No, the robots bring it out on their little trays,
and
it's pretty cute. And I feel like they could have saved money on, robot hire, but it's cool. And Moorabbin, first place in Australia to bring in a robo restaurant.
Can he play midfielder? Can he play midfielder? The robot?
The what?
The robot. Is he a midfielder?
Yeah. Midfielder.
Ruckman.
They were a bit slow. So, actually, to be honest,
he's probably faster than what we got at the
moment.
What, do they make him in 7 foot for a ruckman?
We need to get Rowe, just some robot knees.
Did my my weekly question to the viewers, and I'm like, what is your ultimate tactical change?
Yeah.
I got some rippers.
That's a good question.
Now, there was a lot of Dougal hate.
Yeah.
So the only one I'm going to read out is from our marketing guy, Sam. He just said, play Dougal again. That's it. Didn't specify.
Because, you have to give that full weight of, what was your actual question?
Oh, it was just, what is the most wackiest or, most creative tactical change you would make? And Samuel just said, play Dougal again.
That's so funny.
Dougal 2.
Yeah.
But
I reckon Doogs will be better for the second run. And
I don't think he's going to get a second run.
I'm not looking forward to this week. It's going to be so stressful.
We can't lose to North.
No,
we can't.
No.
When there's a will, there's a way.
Mate, the fallout is huge.
We got that huge fright last year versus Eagles. And
Sorry. There was another Dougal one. James says, Dougal Howard in the guts at all times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
As in punch him in the guts.
I don't know. Doogie, just on this, because
he's a punching bag.
He is the punching bag, and
Who
unfortunately,
it used to be Nunes.
Yeah, he's definitely taking the baton off Nunes or Hilly. I think it got passed on to Hilly quite unfairly, and Doogs, rightly or wrongly, he cops a lot. And I think in this one, there were some frustrating ones, but also that one where he got called holding Charlie Dixon. That was a bullshit free, and even the commentators going, that's rubbish. And I feel like that one, Dukes didn't need that one. He didn't need that one.
But
because
unfortunately,
he
he got the
things.
other 8 that just, I think, killed uncensored.
He had some moments. He had some moments.
For me, it was the backwards handball.
That was, something else.
That was actually the moment.
That was a new one. That was a new one.
I actually got out. I walked out the room. I didn't even watch
Oh.
the goal because I'm like, this is just awful.
Oh, dear.
That was the moment where I decided I don't think Dougal Howard is it.
Over the back, like, dude,
No.
come on, mate. Like, I can dig when he does his 360 spins. I like him. I'm
The
a fan.
Beyblade?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Beyblade. I'm a fan of him turning on a dime.
Finger spinner.
Finger spinner. I don't mind that, but over the back handball, I don't even like Jack Steele doing it.
No,
Like,
we're
like
not good.
Dukes.
We're not creative enough to do it.
We suck at being Globetrotters.
Yeah. Alex says, Splice Zane caught his DNA 22 times. 22 Zanes. Yep. This is probably my personal favorite because I like it's a joke. Jack says, clone Max. Imagine having 2 Maxes. 2 identical Maxes. Yeah.
Twin humour there.
Yeah. Kara said, give Jack Steele his mullet and mustache combo back.
Yeah, that'd be
2020
nice.
No.
No, still like in 2020 when he had when he was the most beautiful specimen on earth.
Yeah, I'm not digging his hairdo at the minute.
What is it? Is it just the?
It's sort of like the fade.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just,
I'm sure he'll change it just because you.
he's still a hunk.
Yeah. What else we got? Well, JT Bask is quite obvious. Man up in the last minute of each quarter. That'd be a good one. That was the out of bounds mark that wasn't out. Kind of. I think it was in, but
That was,
but that could have easily been called out, and that's not a goal.
I was so ready to be ropeable, and then
But then they played
they hate when then they show the replay.
My favourite part is they played the replay, and BT was still harking on that it was out of bounds.
God, that BT, man. Yeah. Better not get
The last one is just Memory on the Wing. That's from Scott. And I don't know if that's it.
I don't mind Membry on the wing because he's just
He's too slow.
He's not slow.
No, because he gets the ball and he needs 3 business days to decide
Yeah,
when he's going to
true.
kick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to be a bit snappier,
Yeah.
but I don't know. We just didn't have that marking outlet all night, it seemed, on the wings. Since Daddy Mason's gone.
Is he back this week?
I hope so, because the kids are just running amok. They're throwing house parties.
We
They're acting like Corey Worthingtons. So we need Daddy back.
Yeah.
Because they've just, like I reckon Daddy Steele's kind of like the relaxed one, where he's just like, oh, come on, boys, here's $10. Go and get yourself something from the shops. Just don't bother me tonight. And you can invite your mates over as long as you're in bed by, not late. But he really doesn't care.
No.
Just a bit too much trust employed in the boys. Whereas Daddy, Mason, he's a bit more firm, I think.
Yeah. All right, well, I think the halftime siren's just gone.
Oh,
So I think it'll be a good time for a break.
Beautiful.
Get some water.
Yep.
And on the other side is I have something very special for Gocsy. I'm really keen for this. Gocsy, I heard you're the chocolate milk minister of Australia.
It's not my first rodeo. Let's say. Been to a few chocky milk
Do you
rodeos.
go to a pub and just be like, can I have a glass of chocolate milk?
I wish. That'd be good.
I like the innovation that you have with the stubby holder, but for a chocolate milk, like the oak. Is it the
Oh,
oak?
yeah.
Yeah.
Square.
The square stubby
shape.
holder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was popular.
When you put that order through, were they like, who is this genius? had they had that request come through before?
I don't think so, because a lot of people, even though they like their flavoured milks, aren't that committed to thinking I need a cooler.
Yeah, that's...
Because the topic of coolers is quite interesting, because I always think, is it to keep the drink cool? It's
to maintain,
but also not make your hand wet. And
it's
There's a few
definitely
multi-purpose.
definitely put stains on, like, it's a serves as a coaster as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought it was interesting. No, I don't think anyone's thought of it like, I'm going to be drinking about 10 beers. I need a cooler.
Right.
You
I'm
don't-
surprised, the big M's of the world didn't come out with their own branding,
crazy.
or their own designs or whatever.
Well-
inspired.
I'll be hearing from my lawyers if they do. No, I'd like to claim that as my own, but it was actually a good friend of mine, Mark, who
Oh, okay.
Most of my best ideas come from other people.
Because it's
You just claim it as your own.
kind of
Yeah.
like, you know, Aussies get on the map for being innovative with like things like the
Hills hoist,
the Hills hoist, the goon bag, even the
black
wine,
box recorder.
the screw top wine bottles. That was
really?
Aussie. So you know we're pretty niche in that, especially in
It's
the
all just booze.
About to say, this is all just
just
alcohol.
beverages. Yeah. That's
The goon bar. Oh, you said that, didn't you?
Yeah. But it's funny. We invented the Hills hoist and the goon bag for a bit of goon of fortune. But Nathan, tell us what you got over there.
So for those who aren't watching on YouTube, they're listening on Spotify. I have four different, very different chocolate milks. Well, one's not chocolate, but we'll get to that. That's a special one I found. I actually wasn't planning on buying the three, but I saw that and decided I have to. So we're going to try some and going to rate and rank, I reckon, some chocolate milks. Gocsy likes the sound of that.
Well, I was thinking, is this like a blindfold test? Or I don't
No. We're
Yeah.
gonna we'll be taste testing like it's a winery.
And can we have our tasting notes as in which kind of like player?
That's what I was thinking. We could kind of.
we're gonna bring it back to the
Kind
sun.
of like this wine will go with lobster.
This chocolate milk is like Rowan.
This pairs well.
So we're gonna start with the classic first. Unfortunately, Coles ran out of Big M, so I had to go for Oak. So the second classic.
Yeah. Well, that's Victorians getting behind the local drop, you know.
You probably know all about the histories of
Yeah. I think
do you ever get invited to the factories or?
I've been to Maxi Bon factory and I've been to.
Stop it!
the chicken salt.
If you don't, okay, I love Maxi Bons. They are my favorite thing in the world. In fact, shout out to the St Kilda Football Club because they actually offered, they gave my comment to.
yeah, that was good. So he's the Maxi Bonner.
He's the Maxi Bonner.
Maxi Bonner.
They actually saw that and they didn't like it, but they saw it, I think. And it made me giggle because they're like, this is the worst thing we've ever seen. We're not showing that to Riley. Tagged him anyway, he probably saw it.
Oh yeah, I saw that on the
Yeah. A lot of my good ideas come from when I'm doing something completely not related to football.
Yeah.
And I'll just
Just out of nowhere.
and I think at that point I was mopping the floors. So
They say some of the best minds operate. Is this being passed down? Or?
Okay, good.
It's almost like the church sort of serving the communion.
the communal.
Well, say, actually, that could be another. You know, you got the hymn book.
Yeah.
What about a what's it called? Confession, like Saint's Confession. You could be like a Father, I have sinned. Father Marsh, I have sinned.
I left at 3/4 time.
Yeah.
I love how passive aggressive the oak containers are, by the way. Like, if in case you're a dumbass, turn the pack around. It says on one end.
And then the real like toxic masculinity.
And then it's like, don't make us draw a diagram open with arrows pointing to, just in case you've never experienced.
Because they had the who's the actor who played? He's like the bald fella, the old fella who plays the hard fella.
Hungry Thirsty
Is
Dead.
it Brian
Hungry
Brown?
Thi-
Or
yeah.
no, something
Yeah,
like that.
he's a great actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just coming out just spitting heat. All right, mate. It's a chocolate milk.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, Gocsy, for getting on down.
That's just chocolate milk to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard, pretty basic.
Yeah, it's not mucking around.
I reckon
I think, yes, that's chocolate milk. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. it's being who it is. No.
You know what? I think it's pretty
Being
reliable.
itself. Yeah.
I'm going to say this is like Cal Wilkie.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon it's reliable. You know what you're getting week in, week out.
It's an accountant.
solid as oak.
Yeah.
Is that the saying?
I feel like.
Strong as oak.
Do you think
whatever it's called.
Callum's far enough in that they don't keep saying he was an accountant?
The
Or is
accountant.
that his equivalent of basketball background?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. He's from the basketball, bro. Yeah, I reckon he's too. Yeah, he's made his name as an all. Yeah, once he became all Australian fullback, they're like, oh, we can't keep going. Oh, he's the accountant. No, he's a full.
I always
full
think it's
Australian.
funny when they're like, this time last year they were working as this. It's like, yeah, if you're not a professional athlete, you have a job.
Yes, they are real people.
Yeah. I guess they're trying to. I get it. They're trying to find a talking point, but
So this next one, I've never actually seen this brand
I've never
before.
seen that one before.
What is it? Ned's
it's the bloke who walked a long way. Ned
Ned. I don't know anything.
Brockman.
Ned Brockman.
Never heard of him.
He
Okay.
did. He did one of those long walks from like
Tyler Brockman's cousin, or
Perth to Sydney.
so man walks and now he has a chocolate milk. What a man!
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a long walk. Did he do it for like
Charity.
charity
Yeah,
or
I
something?
think so, yeah.
Jeez.
You know, I like it. It's raising 10 million to help our friends on the street.
Okay, good man.
Yeah, good for the charity.
All right.
All right, so this is Ned Flanders.
On you, Ned. Now to me that's got a nice colour. That's pretty bougie. That's a bit
It feels a bit thicker. As well. Like it's more like a syrup.
yeah.
It's kind of like a Guinness of.
Guinness.
I love how you're doing them. The aroma. This is
okay.
Sorry,
This
this
is a
reminds
19
me. I don't know if you guys watch. Like I know you probably would watch Arnie Donner a lot. Like
Yeah.
it's the $30 bottle of wine when you're like, oh, swirling boys.
It's a vintage Riesling.
It's a
That's nice. That to me tastes like
that's good.
yeah, that's a lead.
I will say it's got the long life milk taste though. You know what? Right at the end, I got that. When you stay in a motel and you get in the fridge the little
yeah.
shots of milk.
Definitely.
Got that long life milk taste.
But you kind of have to with this game, don't you? You can't be rocking fresh milk kind of thing. But
That's my theory as to why you get regional. If you travel around Australia, get different brands because they can't distribute it like they can a Coke or a Pepsi. What do we got here?
This is a
classic.
no sugar added Dairy Farmers Classic.
A diet.
that's yeah.
It is one of those funny things of like, if you're in the diet game, I don't think you're going to be into jockey milk.
Classic. This used to be. Was this the small bottle, the fancy one? Was that the real fancy one back in the day?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to think. I reckon it might have been.
No sugar added, but
No sugar
just
added.
just the sugar
Let's say
that's.
a true classic always delivers. So
But it's just the natural sugar that's in chocolate. That's the just no. All right, here we go.
Oh yuck! That's Milo.
is it my,
That's Milo.
oh,
to
hang on.
me.
So what was the Neds, by the way? Which player?
Ned's to me that was silky. I felt that was silky.
Sinclair? Is that what you're thinking? Is that where you're going?
I reckon. Yeah, I reckon. I was thinking Sinks. I was thinking Sinks.
Yep.
Yeah.
You agree? Yeah. Or
Yeah.
did you have another player in mind?
I forgot we're doing the player thing.
He's gone through the archives.
That one was.
The one just then, that was Dan Hanbury. That
Fun.
was just yuck and past. That no longer classic. Like
That has nothing going for it.
nothing. That is water. That
So
is
unfortunately, the Sad Saintered Love
Jack
Podcast
Newnes.
will not be sponsored by Dairy Farmers.
dairy farmers. Maybe you should add sugar next time because that is horrible.
that tastes like water.
That's creek water.
Well, that's my problem with. You don't have to diet the things that,
Oh yeah, that's wasted calories.
So we agree that's Dan Hanbury.
That's
a
Dan.
waste.
That's Dan Hanbury. Way past its best. It used to be.
We'll put it
Used
into the
to
injury list. And
Used to be good.
Stephen King,
now,
Michael
as I said,
Gardner.
I only was going to bring the 3, but this little green carton caught my eye. Now, Gocsy, I know you've already tried it because I saw the photo on your socials today.
Yes.
What were you thinking? What was your thoughts?
Yeah, did you
Chocolate.
know it was going to be dropped?
Oh,
Do you reckon he gets like the chocolate milk mafia? And they're like,
Yeah, it's
by the way.
it's like the sneakerheads.
it's got a.
By the way, so sorry. By the way, I'm holding a Big M pine lime for
Yeah,
those
yeah.
listening at home.
It's that interesting thing of like anytime they bring fruit into the equation, I'm just picturing them dipping lime and pineapple into it.
I like how so it's called pine lime, but then on the side they're just like enjoy the taste of pineapple and lime. Thanks, Big M.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're going splice here.
Yeah, very splice areas. Bit fruity.
I like a splice.
I was gonna say tropical. We got the Tim Membry palm tree tattoo.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, straight off the
But
bat.
you know what? These flavors make me think of your classic sort of snack bar milkshake.
Oh, okay, yeah,
You know
yeah,
your
yeah.
milk. Yeah.
Got your cotties.
Yeah. That's a strong aroma.
Is
That's
this top shelf or
That's doing a lot.
that works. That's Tim Embry.
Yeah.
It shouldn't work, but it does.
Yeah.
It's just it's a melted
It's
splice.
different. It's nice. It's unusual, but I like it.
I like it. That's the pick of the lot for me.
Yeah.
The Neds was good. I'm going pine lime, Neds, the other one, and oak, and then
Dairy Farmers was a bit.
Dairy Farmers.
Yeah,
Jeepers. That's you guys don't come Monday.
But see, their top drop is that Adelaide favourite. Oh no, that's Farmers Union. Mixed up my Farmers.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think because there's a deluxe one, and that used to be. I don't know why it had classic, but that was my go-to at the footy when I was young.
Yeah.
That was if I'd been a good boy, and
You're a good boy.
been a good boy, and got one of those. But anyways, thank you for the drinks, Nathan.
Yeah.
No worries. Probably paid for by the listeners for the Sad Sainted stickers. Big hit. Oz Post was getting to work out. I had to go back like 6 times because I'll get off the morning people. I'm like, yeah, send it off. No good. All good. And then by the time the night hit, I had like 4 more people. I'm like, yeah, he transferred you the money. And I was like, more money.
Can you get your own stamps these days? Can you get custom stamps?
I never ever had to buy an envelope before, so this was really weird for me. So I had to walk into Oz Post and I was like, hi, I just want to.
Oh, I was thinking stamp that's ink stamp.
No, like postage stamp. Like if you can do custom ones.
I don't think so.
Oh, that'd be cool with my logo on it.
Oh no, 100% you can because you can because a couple who recently got married, friends of ours, they had custom.
Oh wow. You can actually use it to post.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I was supposed to try and stuff to stay relevant. I don't think many
people
people.
got to keep up with the Amazons of the world and things like that.
Well, mind you, people are sending packages, aren't they?
Yeah.
But that's probably more just.
But there's still a lot of posts, There's general mail. Saints footy. Right, Nathan, what's on the menu?
So next week, this Saturday,
Yep.
4:35.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
The Farron Ray Cup.
Farron Ray Cup, the Matthew
The Nick Dalsano.
Oh.
I'm actually calling, you know what I'm calling it? The LDU audition.
LDU audition, yeah, you're good enough, boy.
So we crossed off Holmes.
Yeah.
Sad. We're moving down the list. We've got McCluggage and LDU next.
Yeah, McCluggage looks like.
We don't play Brisbane till in another 6 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
So LDU, he's next.
I think.
And I reckon a pinch of Zerha as well.
No, God.
You don't want him?
No.
No.
Did you not remember last year when he had 2 open goals and he missed both of them?
Yeah, true. Yeah, he's not a good boy.
He's not a good boy.
You hold grudges.
Yeah, it's kind of my whole thing. It's in my name.
Well, that's classic Saints footy.
Yeah. You make one mistake and you're
I
out
had
of
a
here.
grudge for Mason Wood for so long because he ruined Mother's Day. He
Oh,
was the first
yeah, I know the
one-
game you're talking about. Yeah.
First one to exploit that 30-second clock. And he's on the boundary. He's never going to kick it. And he's just sitting there watching, going, all right, I'm waiting. And then did it and just, yeah.
You know what sucks about this week? We thump them. Cool. They're the worst team probably in the history of the last 20 years.
Unless we do them by 100, it's not causing a ripple.
And
If we do them by 100, then that's
It's not gonna
Clarko's
happen.
we win by
gone.
12 points. It's like we're going to be... It's kind of not... No one's going to notice. But we lose. I think a few memberships are getting thrown in the bin. A few in the microwave. I'm going to vomit on myself again.
I'll vomit too. I'll vomit on you.
It'll be the darkest day since that a cappella song.
I have not met one person who's because usually with those things, there's always someone who's like, oh, I actually didn't mind
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I've not come across one Saint who's
It was
like,
such a weird era too. It was like Trent Dennis Lane.
Tom Lee.
It's so funny if you watch it back
Spencer
because
White.
how many players can you actually recognise there?
Just
Not many.
Rewalt.
Yeah, it's
Just
like
Rewalt.
I'm also talking about the average fan. They would not recognise anyone else.
How dirty do you reckon Rue is that he did that?
Do you reckon he got paid? Or do you reckon it was part of the contract that he has to do stuff like that?
He would have got paid.
Yeah.
He did it for the cash, but I reckon he felt dirty afterwards.
That's why he's in America now. He's not coming back. He's like, I'm not subjecting my 3 sons to that.
Probably the most embarrassing thing that happened to him.
That's it.
Yeah, can't do it.
Can't think of anything else.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that is more embarrassing than the other stuff. Actually, I don't know. You just own it, don't you? Just like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, no, that's a tough one to wear.
You're in the business of songs. It's meant to be a little bit of nuff about it, but that was too nuff.
That was way too.
The nuffometer was bright. Was you know when you're revving a car and it's like
Yeah.
It went off its.
It blew the
hinges.
gasket.
nuff.
It's what I'm hoping for this week is that Ross does something he's probably never done before and swing the hammer. I'm hoping for at least 5 or 6 changes.
Yeah.
So King, this is my ins and outs. Is I got King, Dow, Hayes, Collard, and Webster, all in. So that's 5. My outs are.
Interesting thing about that, Webster.
Oh,
North.
please! I beg Ross, wherever Jai Simpkin is, tell Webster, wherever he is, go stand right next to him.
Yeah. I'd like to see Jimmy go up and just give him a cuddle.
Yeah.
I reckon that'd be nice.
Yeah.
And that would then get in their heads. I
Oh,
reckon.
actually, yeah.
You
yeah,
know?
I like
Because
that.
if he came out and was,
But it
dirty,
can also go
fire him
either
up.
way, where it could fire up north, or they can put too much energy into him. And
Yeah. Well, that's it. North, yeah. I'm not feeling confident about this game at all.
Yeah. No, but Saints footy.
Saints footy.
So my outs were Caminiti, Burns, Bonner, Higgins, and Howard. I don't think we've touched on the Higgins yet, have we?
No.
3 weeks, get stuffed.
That is outrageous.
I'll happy with 1, happy with 2.
I was simmering for at least a quarter after that decision because I thought it was such a it should have been holding the ball nearly.
Yeah.
Would that have been classed as an effective, a correct disposal because it hit his shin?
No, because I think because it was a free kick. I think it doesn't matter.
No. But if it hadn't have been a free kick, if Higgins tackles call play on like it should have been, was that a correct disposal at hitting the shin?
I guess, yeah, if it makes contact with the below the knees.
Below the knees. Okay.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it was just a good bit of football from Higgins. What else is he supposed to do?
Let go and then get obliterated by the media because he's soft.
Well, that's right. Earlier, and all the footy pundits, all the shows that have talked about it ad nauseum. So I'll just throw my 2 cents in there as well. The game has to get to a point where players need to look after themselves. In first aid, the most important person in a situation is yourself before anything else. So if you're throwing yourself out recklessly, then that sort of mitigates what's going the other way a little bit.
Here.
Yeah.
If you can't love yourself, who can you love? That's what I took out of that. Yeah. I mean, look, it's like anything. You want them to be fired up, but we got to be careful with our...
Fired up, but don't touch anyone's head.
Yeah.
Aggression.
We got to be careful with our discipline.
Yeah, well, that's it. And Higgins, he's not that kind of player. And mind you, he gets his head ripped off every week.
Yeah.
Every bloody week.
This one needs surgery.
Mate,
Here's a man who's devoted himself to the game. He left school early to play footy. I feel like that doesn't get brought up enough.
And we're punishing him for going hard for the ball.
So I feel like sort of how Wilkie had his evolution from accountant to All-Australian fullback. That's when that changed. I think Higgins was what he'd come back from the brain surgery. The narrative of he left school early, So I think that's
No, I think there's good reason they don't highlight that too. They don't want a lot of kids following. It's not a role model you want to.
Oh, jeez,
It was interesting. You know
Good
about
on
that?
him.
What?
Like his dad took him out of school to focus on
Oh, yeah.
being like a footy prototype.
Yeah, and he's just I just didn't I wasn't doing well at school, and I don't want to waste my parents' money, and so it's sort of kids who
Just go down the park. That's your science and your chemistry and
your PE.
yeah. Well, you got maths. You got the 50-meter line, and
It's the hamburger with a lot, to be fair.
I didn't include Wood in there because I don't think he's going to play. I think he probably need a run in the VFL.
I don't like the message. Yeah, well, the messaging. So Ross, it sounded from his presser that Wood was more likely than King to play.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't listen to the presser because
Don't you listen to the pressers?
No, I usually when we win.
Yeah, true.
When we lose, I just turn into a shell.
I'm more inclined to listen to them after a loss.
so
but
Marshall definitely out.
I think he's 50-50.
that was also the messaging, is that it's going to take a lot for him to get up.
Yeah. And against he's going to get banged up against Jerry. Cherry.
Yeah, Cherry. Because even
X-Men?
in the preseason,
Xeri.
Xeri.
You know, people always say Xavier.
Yeah.
I had
Xavier.
Xavier, Javier. Even in the preseason game against North, Cherry, because he's a monster. He monstered Rowe, and that was when Rowe.
I'm
was
scared of anyone
as
with a
fit as
helmet.
he's ever going to
Anyone
be.
anyone who wears a helmet, I'm scared.
Hail
You're
Daniel.
scared of Nathan Burke?
Oh yeah, you got to be scared of Berkey. Tom Campbell against the old mob.
Do we defrost him?
Yeah, get him out there.
Yeah.
Get him out there.
Can't Cambo.
Because
Well, he racks up the hitouts in the VFL.
Oh yeah, he dominated the bull ant. Whoever he was.
Well, it's hard. See, as a ruckman, you got to be 7 foot. There's not many 7 foot bull ants around.
No. And like Tristan Cherry, we were so close to getting him.
Yeah, I remember that.
But
I never heard of the bloke.
We got cute. At the trade table. We're like, all right, we're only going to give
We're
you a
always linked to people. Remember when before anyone had heard Draper, remember we were linked to him?
Oh, yeah.
And we
That
were
was a good
offering him
bet.
stupid money, even though he hadn't played a game yet.
And like, it was pretty clear. Like, so, yeah, I don't know. We've got a good eye for Ruckman. We're just too choosy. It's just like, you're sitting up there, you want to watch a movie on Netflix. It's 8 o'clock. You're like, bang. All right, if I get one now, I can do it. And then the next minute, you're still scrolling. It's 10:15. You're like, it's or 9:30. It's too late for a movie. So you just
Never too late for a movie, Marshy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But you know, Tristan Cherry had him all lined up. You know,
What was it?
Cherry, Tristan Cherry. You know, like, that would have been good. But
Like that high pitched?
Yeah, you gotta go
Cherish.
Frankie Valley. Anyways, yeah. Marshall out. He's out. If he's out, that would be bad.
We might only win by 75 then, not 100.
Only 75, not 100.
Don't put the jinx.
I'm not
on.
confident at all, but also I think we're going to win by 80 points.
I don't even think we can. We don't.
Can we score 80 points?
I don't think we can belt anyone.
We don't have it in us. We don't have that dog in us.
Like, who would even kick? Well, I guess it'd just be a spread of like 8 or 9 guys kicking 1 or 2.
I want to see Matthias play in the forward pocket all game. I just want to see him play in the forward pocket. He's had a fair taste of midfield time.
Not yet. Yeah,
I just want to see him play closer to goals, especially if he goes out. I would rather Matthias play as a small
I got
forward.
Collard in because Higgins out.
Yeah, Collard, yeah.
I know he hasn't been lining it up, but we are so thin for small forwards. I think that's going to be a discussion point for the mid-season trade, mid-season draft.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a player because Van Ness is off for the rest.
I'm gutted about Van Ness. He was my boy.
He's my boy too, yeah.
Yeah, Big Jim.
He'll be right.
Yeah, mainly because we also desperately need a key defender, and if we can just
Matt Allison. Matt Allison.
Is he?
I reckon we're getting Matt Allison. I reckon because he walked past us at the Bulldogs game at the end of the game, and he's got a pretty good saintly him, and he's walking past with someone, and right behind, past the aisle, and we're all standing out the back, and gave him the "You're like a cat, Matt Allison, a puma." Oh, so I reckon he's on. I reckon he's on. I reckon
No comment.
I reckon he is coming in for Sharman, and I think he could do what Sharman did in that Sharman didn't really do much at VFL, but once he got to the AFL level, did all right.
Yeah.
So I reckon that
Too good for VFL.
too good for VFL. He's wasted down there.
The players around him. Well, at the moment, we're not playing any better than Northern Bullets.
I always thought that's a bit of a cop out, Where they're like, no, he doesn't produce there because he's too good for it.
Matty Allison is a puma.
Yeah.
He's being held captive at the Melbourne Zoo, and he needs to be at Werribee. That's his problem. He needs the wider terrains, the spaces. Yeah.
Oh,
The other one I just got is Ari, but I don't know for Doogs if that is a straight swap.
I wouldn't mind seeing. Yeah, I don't know.
He's racking them up. He's gotten like 20 at disposal from the back line like 2 weeks in a row.
I'm down. I'm down for whatever.
Just play the kids.
I just want to see bulk changes. We haven't seen a bulk change.
Now's the time.
It is.
Like, season's not done.
And we're tired, apparently. So,
Sore legs.
Yeah, sore legs. Does
Yeah.
Jonesy come back in ever again?
No.
No.
I'm not going to name names, but I did go through our whole list on Sunday morning,
Yeah.
and I named about 10 players that I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah. I think.
I think
Yeah.
just Zachary's time to move into other areas.
When he's good, he's great. But
it's just telling. If he can't get a game for us right now with our injury crisis.
yeah. And now that Dow's, I think Dow's going to be a good one.
Daddy Powell.
He's coming. He's going to, if he gets that first clearance, I'm putting money on him for the Brownlow.
Yeah.
He's he's 3 votes every game. Isaac Heaney, watch out.
Daddy Powell. Is he our saviour?
He is.
I
tweeted today and I was like, being a Saints fan means relying on a Carlton reject and a man who has only played 1 game in 18 months, Jack Hayes, for happiness.
Yeah.
That's what being a Saints fan is all about.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy Powell. Come on.
Like, as I said, if he racks up 5 or 6 clearances in the first half, because that's what we need. We're crying out for clearances.
Oh, we are so stagnant in there.
Not one of our players. We haven't had a clearance since 2017.
The fact that we had Stocker attend the first bounce. That's usually when you have your stars, your studs. Everyone's starting. Your best mids are starting the game.
Yeah.
And
Dougal Howard mid.
Yeah, that's it. Get him in there. Yeah. And Mason.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm 1 for 3 or 4 on my Sad Sainted 1 for 3 on my Sad Sainted certainty. We love kicking goals, apparently, in the last 6 weeks.
Love it.
We've kicked about an average of about 9 goals every game. That's going to change this week. We're kicking over 100. Not goals, points. Total. Not kicking 100 goals.
100 goals.
But
You'd hope so.
that's my Sad Sainted certainty. We're going to kick over 100 points.
Who's kicking them?
The points of the goals.
Yeah. Who's kicking our goals?
The goals are...
Our leading goal scorer.
Just because I know he's not going to play in the midfield, I'm going to go Cheeto. He's going to kick 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can dig that.
If King plays, he's going to kick 10, but that's fine. If he plays, we'll get there. But
yeah, that's the thing. King's the only one capable of kicking bags.
Yeah.
Because Membry's due. Membry is due. He's been a bit stale in front of goals at the minute, and I don't know whether the game's kind of gone past him being the number 1 forward.
Yeah.
But he needs some support, and he's the second banana. I reckon he's going to get some second banana action this week, and 5.
5
for
for Skunk.
5 for Skunk. He hasn't kicked a bag for a while.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
All right. Gocsy, first episode done. How are we feeling?
Oh, mate. Precious memories.
Precious memories. You never forget your first.
Yeah. That's it. Like, we covered some territory.
This was a journey of
Yeah.
I reckon we only spoke about Saints footy about 10% of the time.
Yeah, but
it
did well.
It was quality over quantity.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
See, people can talk Saints footy for a long time and not saying much.
Yeah.
Our words have impact.
Crossing the channels.
Oh, thanks, listeners, for tuning in to this
thank
week's
you.
Sad Sainted Love podcast. Get down, 4:35 Saturday afternoon.
That's it.
The lights of Marvel.
I was just so surprised that this wasn't a Sunday game. I saw
Should be. It is Sunday energies. Sunday energies.
This is in prime Sunday twilight.
But this is prime Saturday. To me, this is the best time slot for football ever because you can still have your Saturday nights. But anyways, get to the footy, Sainers. Let's get a big crowd.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Catch you next week.
Cheerio.